right, well, looks like my turtles hatched last night. I have to come out at night and do a beach walk now. Anyway, we're going to talk about something pretty important today. Hi, I'm Dr. August Dunning. I do these nifty little beach walks about dry fasting. And today we're going to talk about some of the problems with getting through a dry fast. And some, helpful hints and tips. One of the biggest problems I hear is insomnia. And of course, insomnia is not able to sleep. You're not able to go to sleep in a dry fast. A lot of times. I can. I just put myself in front of a great big room fan and turn it on and just let the white noise put me to sleep. That works for some people, not for others. There are lots of things you can do, though. You can take baths. And, oh, hi, there's a little bird here. See him over there? Anyway, you can take baths, and you can take showers, and you can, cool yourself off. Sometimes that helps. Hi, buddy. How you doing there, bub? Huh? Yeah, there he is. He's doing his bird thing. Anyway, that helps sometimes. Taking a walk, sitting out in the cool of the evening. In Florida, I like to sit out in the cool of the evening with a fan on me to blow the mosquitoes away. But, that's just me. What's happening, though, that's important to understand is wrapping your arms around what's going on. If you think about it, your body's being put into an extremely long healing mode, a processing mode. A lot of the things that you've had to deal with in life have been tucked away here and there in places like your brain, and they're being cleaned out. So as you're cleaning out your brain, it may be difficult to sleep because your circadian rhythms are based off of your eating and sleeping cycles and where you are on the planet and all these interesting things I talk about in my book, A Philosophy of Time Travel. But for the most part, you've taken yourself out of the day-night cycle. And because you've done that, you've taken yourself into the deep healing cycle. And when that's happening, man, it's fixing all kinds of stuff in your brain. It's fixing your memory capacity in the hippocampus. It's fixing your hormones production out of the pituitary and hypothalamus. In fact, there's good evidence that shows that dry fasting, because it stimulates stem cells, will return the function of pituitary and endocrine functions because it's putting brand new cells where they used to be broken. So there's that going on. Another problem I hear about is the mouth thing. If you're doing a soft dry fast, where you're able to, get some water in your mouth, brush your teeth, spit it out, that kind of stuff, it really helps. There is some thirst towards the end of a dry fast, because you'll notice your urine production starts to go down a little bit. So your body's trying to draw in some moisture, and you can do that with baths. That's absolutely helpful. I say in the second book, I think, that you end up having a whole series of channels into your fascia to get water back into your system. And that helps flush out the lymphatic system, which helps flush out the toxins that you get rid of after a dry fast. I like ice chips. I don't know if you know about Gerald Pollack, but he discovered a fourth phase of water. That right between freezing and melting is a structured water. Very much like what goes on in your cells in ATP production. So ice chips are great for that one reason. You're not just drinking bad water. You're actually just using a few chips of ice to make it more pleasant, and the ice melts into structured water. So it's a good thing. One of the things I do like to do on a dry fast is, of course, do the binge thing, but even that gets tiring after a while. I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of meditating. I think about stuff. And heard my talk a couple of days ago. That meditating thing makes things happen really quickly. One of the things I like about meditation is you're kind of forcing yourself not to think about anything. You're like not projecting. And when you're not projecting, boy, that kind of clears the air around you and lets the universe get things done for you. I know it sounds silly if you've never seen my videos or discussed this kind of aspect of the energy life that we actually live, because, we're all the same stuff. All the stuff that I'm made of, same stuff this is made of. Same stuff that ocean's made of. It's made of electrons and positrons that have come together in deep space to form galaxies, stars, planets, oceans, all that kind of stuff. But it's all the same stuff. So when you meditate on that one stuff, it makes things happen. And it really happens fast if you stop thinking about what you think about. I mean, it's like so opposite. It's goofy. So yeah, the one thing you might want to do during a dry fast is to just think about what you're doing. And when you feel that insomnia happening, think about what it's doing. It's fixing your brain. It's fixing the brain's ability to function correctly. It's getting rid of the toxins that have accumulated into the brain, because toxins are put into fat cells, and your brain is mostly fat, believe it or not. So when you call someone a fathead, yeah, it's kind of a compliment. So when that happens, embrace it. Realize that, yeah, I can't sleep. I can't sleep because I'm getting fixed. I can't sleep because I'm getting fixed for stuff that I couldn't fix my whole life, except now I'm dry fasting and it's getting fixed. You know, this will give you an enormous amount of strength and confidence in what you can do in life and what you can do with your body if you stop listening to authorities and start listening to yourself and educate yourself. It's all about the education, you know. I'm trying to educate you and other doctors on how to do this and why it's a really spectacular way to do this first. But that's kind of what I'm talking about today. You know, we're here in a beautiful life on a beautiful planet that is nothing like anything for thousands of parsecs. I mean, it is just so unusually cool at this stage of its evolution, because it's evolving as well. And if you watch Ben's channels, you know, spaceweathernews.com, and see the daily news over there, you'll see we have a very active sun, and we're watching that closely. I'm part of his team. The Disaster Cycle movie is coming out in the fall. There's a link below. Got a lot of stuff going on, but I want to get you ready for whatever may happen. And that's what dry fasting is. It's a way to get yourself ready. It's a hormetic stress. Hormetic stress is a stress you are either forced to deal with, or you can put yourself in, like a dry fast. Anhydrous starvation is a self-initiated hormetic stress. And hormetic stresses are good because it's something you can achieve, something you can overcome, and after you do, it toughens you up. You know, I read lots of people that just say, I've done my third and fourth dry fast and I feel great all the time. Well, that's good, because you're supposed to feel great all the time. You know, this mess we've made of this planet makes it real hard to keep stuff out of our bodies that mess us up. Because we're all connected, everything. You know, I can walk in the ocean, but I'm part of the ocean. I can walk on this planet, but I'm part of the planet. You know, we are not disconnected in any fashion. We are absolutely energy connected. And because of that, you have the power to conduct this mind over matter experiment. And that's what dry fasting is. It's mind over matter. Because if you know why you're doing it and what's happening while you do it, it's like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. I think I'll keep doing this. And then after you do it, your body's going to say, wow, that was pretty cool. Maybe we can do this again for you sometime. And your 37 trillion cells tell you what to do. You know, I'd like to think that I know what the hell's going on, but I got to tell you right now that the more I know about this universe, the more I need to learn about this universe. And that's good, because you never be complacent, never think you've learned enough. You know, my idea is to live longer. And if I'm right about the things I talk about in the philosophy of time travel, you probably will. I mean, I automatically believe that just by dry fasting once, like the Russian doctors say, you know, you're adding like 20 years to your life. So what happens when you're not sick and you dry fast and you add 20 years? And you do it in the following year and you do a dry fast and you add 20 years. I mean, I know it's not quite that mathematical, but you certainly decrease the ability of other things to damage your life on the earth. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. So that's kind of the message today. So we all kind of figure out our way through this. I'm just trying to help you guys understand that it's something you can do. Something you can do by yourself. Get the book, learn how, and this is the thing you need. You know, I can be on these videos and I can show you how to do this stuff, but you get this book, Dry Fasting for Rapid Healing and Radical Life Extension. It'll change your life. You know, I'm not doing anything. I am just the messenger. And the messenger says, yeah, do little ice chips while you're dry fasting, and sleep in front of a fan, and get off the coffee before you start a dry fast if you're really addicted to coffee, because that'll affect it. Do your watermelon before you dry fast to clean out your colon so you're not constipated. All this little silly stuff I talk about in my books. And that's kind of the message today. If you're embarking on a dry fast, you're considering it, you're about to make the most important decision of your life. I can guarantee it, because you'll have more of it because you made this decision. Anyway, that's kind of it for the day. Love you guys. It's going to probably be raining again. There's a tropical depression forming over Florida going up into the Gulf of America. So that's kind of the deal. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please tell your friends about this stuff. Check out the videos below and see the videos that I've already posted and the response of those people that have actually employed this. It's really pretty impressive, and I'm very proud of everybody that's done this and is thinking about doing it and that are in the middle of it right now. I know who you are. I know you're dry fasting right now. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a good day. I'm going to have one, and I will talk to you later.
Alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.